G'day, in this build I'm going to build a 6-seater dining table. It's going to have 3 panels up top with that crazy pattern running through the middle. It's all made out of pallet wood, including the hoop style dining table legs down the bottom. Watch along and enjoy. If you'd like to see the process of how I build my slabs out of pallet wood for all my furniture, you might want to go back and check out how I built a 2.7 metre dining table in one of my previous videos. I'm trying something different with these dining table legs. I'm going to build these square hoop style legs. I'm going to use all the stretches off the pallets themselves. I've squared off all the stretches now. I'm now going to rip them down into a further 2 centimetre strip. Then I'm going to laminate these together to form the structure for the dining table legs. I'm now laminating 6 pieces together to give myself a 12 centimetre thick panel, creating the finger joint or the box joints by merely misaligning all the timber. I'm now creating a checkout with the table saw. This is where the top or the structure of the dining table supports is going to slot in, and just to create a bit of an extra feature as well. So this is my no joinery method. Because of the 2 centimetre slats that I ripped down on the table saw, these finger joints go together quite easily. Check that the box is now square and then clamp it down in as many directions as possible, as well as a quick clamp on each corner to lock in those finger joints. I've flattened all the slabs on the thicknesser. I'm now going to build the framework to hold up this giant slab top. I'm cutting the slabs down into an approximate size and then going to run them through the table saw to square them up. These slabs are then going to form the parts needed for the 2 outside panels of the top of the dining table. With all these little slabs squared up, I'm now going to glue and clamp and make my way along those support rails until I've got the desired length of the dining table. Because I love using my table saw, I'm now using it to cut these 2 outer panels so they're nice and parallel. And also recommend getting an outfeed table because the weight of this slab is going to want to tip over as you start to push it through the saw. Okay, I'm now going to start work on the centre panel. So I'm going with that crazy pattern so it looks almost like a table runner. So I've found all the scraps in the shop from previous slab work. I'm now going to cut them all to size using the table saw and then my table saw jig to cut them to similar lengths so we can start doing some brickwork. So all my little pallet wood bricks are going to be glued straight onto a piece of MDF board. So I'm cutting them to a thickness that will match the height of the 2 outer slabs. So taking into consideration the thickness of the piece of MDF. I'll then go ahead and lay all the bricks out on the MDF, nice and random, just to make sure I've got enough initially, and then I'll start with the glue and clamps and make my way along that board. time to see if it all fits together. So you can see the two checkouts on each of those dining table legs. Two outer panels, they're going to slot into those, and then my center panel is going to slot straight down the middle and sit on those vertical rails that you can see just on the inside edge of those two outer panel slabs. So my initial plan of gluing up the three slabs sitting on top of the dining table legs in their position, that didn't actually work. I ended up taking all three slabs, putting them upside down on my table and gluing them together there, and then went ahead and attached the legs later on. So the main problem was the limited ability to be able to clamp this down appropriately. So too many opposing forces on the clamps, it just kept pulling those side outer panels up. Here I've cut a couple of end caps to hide that MDF board underneath, as well as align with the same height of those two outer panels. Now that I've had success gluing the three panels together, I'm hitting it with the belt sander, and then I'm going to go ahead and putty up all the little cracks. As you can see, the tabletop is really starting to come to life now. Again, I'm using the table saw to make an adjustment to these checkouts, so they then go over to the rails of the dining tabletop and slot onto those rails nicely. With the final coat on the legs, I'm ready to flip this dining table over, and then it's ready for the best part, applying the finish. Here we go. Wait for it. So I'm using a water-based clear coat. I'm going to give this tabletop about 3 coats. But again, this is the best part, as these colours really start to pop. Final step in the process is to attach the dining table legs. So I'm simply going to glue and screw and check that it's square about at least 400 times. So I do like to try different things on my builds. On this one, it was to create that sort of floating slab look. It also lets you have a better look at those finger joints when you're looking at it side on. Okie dokie, hope you've enjoyed the build, and thank you for watching.